Hey guys, I need your help. I'm trying to develop the best touchless car wash soap that I've ever used, and I want to bring you guys along for the process, get your opinions, and show you what I'm working with. Now again, I'm not a chemist, so my job in this whole scheme of things is just communicating to the chemist what I want out of the product. So I figured why not have you guys jump in on that as well. Let me know what you guys specifically want out of it, and see if we can create the best thing ever. So with that said, we're gonna jump outside. I have this product that I've been using and I really, really like. Now, little caveat and entry into that. I've been using it on my white vehicles. And in those cases, it's been an absolute home run. When I switched over to a normal vehicle, my Kia Telluride, metallic kind of bluish gray paint, I had some downfalls that made me completely rethink this product. So stay tuned. I'm gonna show you guys the Kia first, and then we'll get into the white truck, and then we'll revisit and I'll let you know my final opinions and kind of thought process on it. You guys jump in, please comment down below, let me know what you think, but let's go test. All right guys, so we're trying out an Impact Foam version 2, and I don't know if I'm gonna call it Impact Foam or if I'm gonna call it something else, because I still really like the way Impact Foam performs. Again, it's a lower alkaline, very, very low alkaline. This is higher. This is gonna be ranging between 10 and 12. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you the use case of it today. Now, this isn't the highest foaming soap in the world. I am talking to the chemist to see if we can bump that out without losing any of its efficacy, because as it works now, it's really, really good. As you can see, guys, the vehicle is dirty. I'll show you some B-roll of that all around this video. This vehicle has just been sitting out in the dust and dirt. It's very, very dirty. Now, it is ceramic coated. This is the vehicle that I did a 3-way test with Clean by Pan's 3-year, Cerakote, and C6, I believe it's Hydro Light. I think it's their consumer grade one. So that's split on here. They are all clogged right now. I did a video, I think it was, I can't remember how many months update it was. They're all clogged. I released it, but it's back to clogged for sure again, because I have not touched this thing since then. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna show you the use case of this. And in the foam cannon, I have it diluted 1 parts this product, 10 parts water. So it's about 3 ounces and 30 ounces. And then I also diluted into a foaming sprayer 10 to 1 to whatever, 10 ounces and 50 ounces to test this out, just as a wheel cleaner and things like that, to see the effectiveness of that. I haven't tested that yet. So let's go ahead and spray it on to the tire first. As you can see, the tire is quite dirty. All through here, obviously the face of the wheel is very, very dirty. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna spray it on, let that dwell and just see if it's gonna pull out any browning. All right guys, now the whole purpose of this test is to see how close we can get and what it can achieve with a completely touchless system. So I'm just gonna foam it on, let it dwell, rinse it off, kind of a deal. Face of the wheel, I'm not expecting too much. Satin black wheels are notorious, you have to agitate those. But if you look at the tire, tons and tons of browning coming out of it. It's releasing all that dirt, so doing a really, really good job there. As an effective, very, very effective cleaner. You can see it all coming off on the surface of the tire itself. So on the rubbers, it's releasing a really good amount. So I'm gonna go ahead and pre-treat all the tires and wheels. Same thing again. All right guys, so that part is done. I'm gonna go ahead and just let that dwell. Again, this is a touchless system that I'm trying to see how effective. I still recommend going in for a contact wash, of course. I wanna see what we can remove without it. So letting those sit, we're gonna go straight into the foam cannon now. Again, diluted 1 part to 10 parts water. We're gonna hook this up, and here we go. As you can see, not the foamiest thing in the world, right? It's a pretty runny foam. But again, the effectiveness is insane with this stuff, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll see. I will test a foamier version just to see if we don't lose any of that. Now with higher pH items like this, you never want to let it sit on your polycarbonate lenses too long just because they're not as strong. So make sure to rinse that stuff off first before everything else. If you look at the browning on the tire again here,
doing a really good job. I'm not going to agitate them. If we did hit that and agitate it, it should clean up way better. But again, touchless right now. So we got good coverage. I still have probably a third left in the foam cannon, so I'm just going to let that dwell. Then I'll use the rest of this because I don't want to leave a high pH in here anyway. I'd like to rinse that out. So I'm just going to let this dwell, let it sit on the paint, and do its thing. Now, the cool part about this that I've been testing is even if you're in direct sunlight, this can dry completely on the paint. Don't want to use it on hot paint, as always, but it can dry on the paint. It'll kind of almost gellify a little bit. You go to rinse, it reactivates and starts working again. All right, guys, so as we're just waiting for this to kind of dry up so I can show you what we can achieve. I'm in the shade right now, but so I don't know if I'm gonna wait the whole time, but as you can see, all this dirt coming off the vehicle. To be honest, that was probably mostly from the tires that came off. You can kind of follow that through. So, but everything else is looking fantastic so far as well. You can see here, we're starting to dry up a bit, and this should be no issue. Again, I'm gonna rinse off the polycarbonate lenses now, just to keep those safe, but everything else I'm gonna let dwell for a little bit longer. All right, guys, so some bug guts and things like that stuck on there right there. So we'll see. I'll make sure to show you guys up close the rinse off on that. Now again, it's not the same as on paint. Yeah, we got some there as well. We don't get a crazy amount of bugs here, so I will be passing this around to some friends in worse areas for that to make sure it's super effective on bugs as well. But so far, here's all the bird droppings. You can see they're getting broken down and pulled down. So all that should rinse away nicely. But we're getting to a point where it's getting pretty dry on here. So as you can see though, guys, even though it's drying up, you can still see this kind of wet activated surface here, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and start rinsing now. Otherwise, I mean, again, in the shade, I don't know if it's ever gonna dry completely, but oh, here you go. Here's another little guy. And you can see that is dissolving. I'm just gonna hit it, boom, look at that. Nice and broken down. The rinse off. Really close so I can show you some of the spots. All right, guys, so here's that bug gut. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this. Not sprayed yet. So as you can see, all removed. We're gonna go to this one. Poop up here. Yep, all goes there. And then this way. All right, guys, now we're just gonna go ahead and let this air dry. Again, I'm using DI9 spot-free water, so it's okay to just let it air dry. And then we'll revisit this once it's all done. I'll take a blower to it real quick as well. But no towels, nothing like that. We're just gonna let it air dry, and then we'll see. When we look at the hood, again, way better. Now there's still grime for sure, and it's mostly road film. So if we just do that, you can see it comes up, but it's not removing the road film. Same thing on the glass, you can still see there, okay? As far as the bugs go, removed the majority of it. We still have some a little bit lodged in there. That one's all good. But we do have this road film streaking. Again, wipes right out, but it is there. Okay, so the car definitely looks way, way better. You look at the surface of the tires as well. These are looking better than they were for sure. Still some dirt on them, but definitely looking better. The wheel, I wasn't expecting anything more than that, guys. Honestly, black wheel, satin black wheels, you have to go in and agitate. But we do still have all the drips here. See, the windows are pretty absolutely hammered. Now these are going to need to be just actually gone over for sure. But again, I want to do a full touchless to get an idea of where this lands here, guys. So again, other than those streak spots right there, it actually looks pretty good. The windows obviously as well. When we talk about this, there was a bunch of dirt buildup in here. All that is gone. There was a bunch of dirt up in here. There's there's a streak there again, but not a big deal. All that dirt is removed. And then down this side, obviously we're in the shade now, so it's going to look really good. But same thing, if we zoom in, we got the same streaking issue, just from road grime. So this is where my finger is, right there. I do that and it cuts right through it. So there you go, guys. I want to build this product together. Let me know what you think. You look at the hood, hopefully you guys can see that. It just kind of tracks, right? So see, you can see where I rinsed more than other spots. Now, as far as the grime and stuff, the majority of it is gone. There's definitely still a little bit. But again, this thing hasn't been washed in quite some time. I mean, months. It's just been sitting at my property to let it build up, and eventually this is going to go to my parents, but I want to use this as a really good test vehicle. So I've been letting it kind of get as bad as it possibly can. And as you can see, it's definitely way better than it was. But is that good enough? Give me you guys' thoughts, opinions. Let's build this product together. Let's make it the best thing that we can actually achieve. Let me know. All right, guys, so here is another absolute perfect test. Again, this is my white truck. This is the one I've initially been testing the product on, so I want to show you guys this. But if you can see, again, just got back from England, so this has been sitting outside for about 10 days underneath these trees, and it drops this, like, I mean, it's not sap fully, but like, look, it is not wanting to come off, right? It will come off, but it's like, it's kind of an interesting stuff. It's littered throughout the vehicle. So we're gonna see how this works with pulling this stuff off. Now this is the material of the camper shell here is different, so I'm not sure how that's gonna pull versus down here, but we'll kind of inspect that as well. So let's go ahead and check it out. We've got some bird droppings on it, lots of dirt buildup, as you can see there. So again, just filthy. The truck's been sitting outside, it's dirty. All right, guys, so just like last time, I'm gonna try and do this completely touchless. So I just went around the whole vehicle and foamed the product on. If you look here, I'm gonna take this off the mount here. If you look here, this is dissolving out, and you can see, well, hopefully you can see the color is pulling down. So hopefully that's gonna just come up nice and easy. Same thing here, that bird dropping, you can see it dissolving out completely. Let's see here. This guy, yeah, completely dissolved. So again, we're gonna rinse this and really see what we can do touchless. So I'm not gonna touch any of these. I'm just trying to highlight these little areas for you guys. Let's go around. Again, on the ground, it looks like it's pulling a whole bunch of stuff off the tires and all that kind of stuff. You can see the branding again, and that's just a normal dilution. I'm not doing that 1 to 5. This is just the 1 to 10 in a foam cannon. Now let's go ahead and look at those areas that had the sap. It was all along this side. So I'm actually currently not seeing it, but again, we have a layer of the foam on there still. Unless it's broken it down and just kind of dissolved it out. Up here, there was a ton, if you remember. There's still a little bit left there maybe, but we're gonna go ahead and see how this actually works to pull all of that off. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right, guys, so we are at about 2 minutes of dwell time now. I'm gonna go ahead and start rinsing. Again, I see all the dissolving going on, so I think we should be good here. Here we go. There's that one piece there, if you remember. Okay. So, no, didn't get it all away. Easy agitation and it pulls it up, but it wasn't 100%. Bird dropping did go away nice and easy, broken down. A lot of those little chips and stuff on the hood. But let's go over to this side where we had all that contamination from the trees. Let's see how that looks over here.
I'm not seeing any of it left behind. So that's all looking really good. And it's all gone, guys. You remember how I was like doing this on it and it wasn't coming off? It's all gone. So as you guys can see, you remember what was there. I'll let this dry out as well. And you can see some little contaminants embedded into the paint there, but all that stuff that was from the trees is gone. So the cleaning ability is fantastic. But again, when we look at the other vehicle, you see a lot of the road film still on the surface, which I don't like. So let me go ahead and finish rinsing this off and then we'll talk. All right, guys, so here we go. Again, nothing crazy, just foamed it on, let it dwell, rinsed it off, didn't touch it at all. Went for a little drive. We still have some water. If you guys can see water droplets on there. But overall, it is dry now. So I just want to give you an overview. If you remember how bad the hood was, looking much, much better. Again, that's just a little water drop. Now there is some staining. I need to polish this truck out, guys. It's been my workhorse. It stays outside. It needs some work, but it did a really good job pulling all that stuff off. Now, the biggest thing was those spots on the side here. Let's see, that's just paint chip. Those are gone. That's just a little bit of water. Yeah, those are all gone, which is absolutely crazy to me. Again, paint damage. This is, oh no, what was that? Something a little greasy that did not remove completely, but you saw it wipes out really, really nicely. Let's walk around to the other side. And same deal here, guys. The only thing that's left is all these little paint chips. Again, it's my workhorse. But it did a really, really, really good job. So my first impressions of this product on the white was home run. And then when I used it on the, the Kia Telluride, just all the road film that was left over made me think twice on it. So let me know what you guys think. Let's go back inside and we'll discuss it further. All right, guys. So my final opinion on the white, because it was white, I couldn't see the road film the same way, right? As opposed to on that gloss metallic paint. What I'm thinking is that because it has the additive to kind of gellify when it dries onto the paint, which is an added benefit that I absolutely wanted, and then it reactivates, I just think that whatever, again, not a chemist, but whatever that component is, maybe thickening too much and then isn't reactivating enough for me to fully rinse everything off afterwards. I don't know, that's just my thought process. I will go back and forth with the chemist and see if that makes any sense. I don't know. Again, on the white, man, it really, really good job. You saw me trying to just wipe away that piece and it just was kind of breaking down layer by layer. It wasn't going away, kind of the sap or whatever it is from the trees. Now it's not sap. Sap needs, solvents typically to remove. But whatever it is staining my truck that's when it's out there, it removed it without issue. I'm very, very impressed with that. My only hesitation is the road film. With that said, I did that whole wash on the Kia Telluride. I took it home and my wife, from 10 feet away was like, hey, it looks fantastic. I go, it does? And she goes, yeah, you washed it, right? And I was like, yeah, but I also, up close, there's a lot more that needs to be done. Definitely needs a contact wash, all that kind of good stuff. Now, I always recommend a contact wash anyways, but if we're gonna try and develop the best thing ever, might as well shoot for the moon, right? So let's do that. Again, guys, please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts and concerns, questions, all that kind of stuff. For me personally, the best touchless style car wash soap that I've ever used is Chemex Stars and Stripes. So that's two different products though. You foam on one, foam on the other. One's acidic, one's alkaline, neutralizes out, does an incredible job cleaning. My thought process though is I'm trying to get it into one application. I don't want to have to do the double. Just, again, reaching for the stars here. If we can do it, incredible. So that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like the video. Again, comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed and we will see you guys on the next one.